It is Tuesday, the day after Memorial Day. Today was kind of a weird day. So Rachel has Tuesdays off her clinical job. Look at this. Rachel has Tuesdays off her clinical job, but she had a meeting today. And so after the meeting, we met with our boss, and then we went out to dinner with Dennis and Barb. It was their treat. They took us out to, it's a place called Baxter's. It's our favorite, it's probably our favorite restaurant on the lake. And they had outdoor seating. So it was really, this was the first time that we went into, even though it was outdoor seating, a restaurant and had a sit-down meal. It was so good. It was just, it brings a whole new appreciation, you know, going out to eat after you can't do it for 3 months. The kids are now reading before bed. And they're nay-nay, so I won't be recording them.
Guess what kind of book we're reading?
Usborne book.
Yes. Thanks to everybody who came to my Usborne party.
Yeah, Rachel's Usborne book party was so successful. Better than last time. Yes.
I hope you guys all love your books. And remember that they will offer them to you 50% off if they...
Yeah, that's one of the great things about Usborne is they kind of have, I wouldn't say a guarantee, but if your kids destroy your books, which we had probably about 6 of them, then Usborne will give you 50% off that book. So it's pretty awesome. You want to be tickled?
Yeah.
All right. I'm teaching Bear. I distract him with one hand and tickle him with the other one. Hey, Rio.
This one's hiding.
I'm tickled.
These legs are inside
Making biscuits.
the shell.
I'm tickled.
All right, Bear. Time to be tickled.
So there's been a huge variety of, I guess, how serious people are taking this virus in our area. We made national news.
Yes. If you are online at all, Twitter, news stations, then you would have heard of Lake Ozark.
Even on the Today Show this morning, they were talking about Osage Beach, Missouri, and how this past Memorial weekend, we were not, when I say we, I don't mean us personally, but people who were visiting this area were not social distancing whatsoever. People were packed into the swimming pools, and the lake bars were, I felt wetness on my leg.
Oh, that's milk.
Was it milk or pee?
Milk.
And people were just thick in the lake bars and not practicing social distancing whatsoever. They're not people that are locals here for the most part. They're people that are visiting the lake from Kansas City and St. Louis. So then I guess like St. Louis County was asking anyone who was here, Bear. This clip's gonna be one of those that's like,
Not distracting at all.
yeah.
Actually, this is. Oh, go ahead and finish your topic and then I'll talk. Come here, babe.
So St. Louis County was asking that people that were participating in that
It does look heavy, doesn't it?
did a 14-day self-quarantine just because the risk is so high that it was probably running around these crowds. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the number of cases in the next couple of weeks. We could not be being more careful at work. Like anytime we're in public, we're being totally, we're wearing masks. Everybody in the office is wearing masks. We're making patients wear masks.
Okay.
And then when we went to dinner tonight, like we wouldn't have gone if we couldn't sit outside. Did you say that already?
No, I didn't say that on the blog.
We sat outside and we were 15 feet from the nearest table.
Yeah, it was a nice setup.
It was nice. And we were kind of towards the edge and the view is beautiful. We'll have to insert a picture here of what our view was while we were having dinner.
Did we take a picture?
I did.
Oh.
We saw a bald eagle, we think.
We live in, I wouldn't call this like a paradise, but this is definitely a vacation destination.
For sure.
And going out to a restaurant like we did tonight, well, even going out on the boat, really makes me appreciate it.
It feels like you're on vacation. It was kind of like where we lived in South
Where's yours?
Carolina. Every time you went out for dinner, it had like the I'm on vacation vibe.
You want to put it on?
With all that said, we know our subscribers are from all around the world, and I'm curious as to how things are where you live.
You know what's interesting?
Is it still on lockdown?
So you can look at your channel's analytics, and only 55% of our viewers are in the United States.
That's crazy.
I know.
I thought it would be like 90.
So did I. It's not at all.
Hi, buddy.
I mean, it makes sense with everybody that reaches out and says
Yeah.
where they're from. You know, a lot of UK, Scotland, Ireland.
Okay, go run. Yeah. Eloise is already in bed if you're wondering where she is. I had her laughing so hard before you got home. I was like doing this with her arms and she was dying laughing.
Oh.
I just make her laugh so easily. She just loves me.
She learned how to laugh from me.
They're doing their nightly labs.
Did you show the flowers?
No. This reminds me of when Rusty was a puppy. Before bed, I would try to wear him out by like throwing a toy down the hallway and playing fetch over and over and making him run laps because he had so much energy. These kids just do it themselves. We don't even have to play fetch with them.
Nope.
Twinkle, twinkle, twice. I got her a vitamin and some water and turned her fan on low.
Oh,
That did the trick.
good.
Yep. I'm afraid that when we do move them to toddler beds, we're going to be dealing with a lot of like, they will come out and go back, come out, come back, come out, come back. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, our really good friend down in Australia, Tanya, she sent Rachel this massive
Beautiful
bouquet of flowers.
Mm-hmm.
It dwarfs. I spent a lot of money on my bouquet, but it dwarfs. It dwarfs mine.
I feel so loved.
So many emails,
Yeah.
pictures. I just read the one from Lexi with her puppy.
I know, that puppy's so
And a PhD.
cute.
Weber, what was her first name? Emily?
Ellen. I haven't read that one.
Yeah.
It talks about grief.
Mm-hmm.
I probably should read that.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, it's been.
But I wanted to put the ring. I wanted to put the flower delivery.
About the flowers.
Put that right here.
Hi. Oh goodness. Yes, big. Thank you.
Yeah. So back to like kids climbing out of their beds. Bear.
Oh, that's how this gets turned.
Well, I was. So we just put the kids to bed, and then Lyndle like started crying at like 2 minutes after we put her down, which she never does that. Excuse me. So I just went in and got her a water and vitamin, like I said. But this morning when I was getting the kids out of bed, Bear like started to climb out on his own.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the point where we are going to move them to a toddler bed, is when they start climbing out of their crib.
Yeah, so how old was your child when you moved him to a toddler bed?
I think most people agree that, oh, this is gross. I think most people move kids to their toddler bed by now.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Yeah.
But the only sign of readiness that I'm looking for is that they start climbing out of their crib.
Right.
Or if they like express a huge interest in having a big kid bed, which none of them have experience with seeing one.
Not any of them.
No. So I'd like to know, not any last one of them. I'd like to know
not a
like
single one of them.
what the average age is based on your guys' comments of kids moving to toddler beds. I'm
Right.
excited for it, although we're just getting to the point where I'm getting some consistent sleep with Eloise, and I'm not looking forward to like having a bunch more nighttime stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
They're such good sleepers, though. It'll be interesting.
They're so good. I don't want to mess it up, and they
That's the
love
thing.
their beds.
Right, exactly.
So it's gonna be interesting. But Eloise is not the best. She's not our worst sleeper. She's not our best sleeper.
Yeah, she's
That's
in
for
between
sure.
Berend Lyndle, for sure.
Lyndle was sleeping 12 hours all the way through the night by 5 months old.
I think even before that, wasn't she?
No,
She's our unicorn.
she is our unicorn. Bear, he would still wake up sometimes randomly, maybe about once a night, up until the point Eloise was born.
Yeah, like well over a year old.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I was totally done nursing them. It wasn't like he was getting milk at night. He would just wake up and cry for like no reason. Oh,
Poor kid.
I know. It'll be interesting to see when. Eloise has slept through the night twice, so it's better than Bear had ever done. There was never a night by this age that he had slept through.
It's true.
Yeah. You've been sleeping through the night since...
Like forever.
But what's been really awesome is during quarantine, like I get up with Eloise 1 or 2 times a night, but then Brad gets up with her in the morning when she wakes up at 8, and I can sleep for another like half hour or hour. So it helps a ton. But obviously now that we're back to work, we can't really do that.
Right.
Not every day anyway.